Even without a global pandemic, the 2020 census was going to be a bit different than ones in the past, as the Bureau expects a majority of the country to respond online for the first time ever. Since March, there's been some uncertainty about other operations. Our Isaiah Dunk checks in with an update.
In-person operations for the 2020 U.S. Census were largely put on pause in March after the coronavirus outbreak, causing the Census Bureau to shift part of its timeline. The Bureau's media specialist for Montana, Josh Manning, said one important operation that remains on hold is the Update Leave operation, where census workers physically go to addresses, update and verify them, and leave a physical packet on the doorstep. That's important in Montana. It largely affects P.O. box holders, those who live on rural routes, and in tribal nations. Manning said those who haven't yet received an invitation should be patient until field workers can safely go back according to health directives. That won't happen until June at the earliest. On the other hand, Manning said the overall count is well on track. Nationally, the self-response rate is 51%. In Montana, it's around 43%, with a recent uptick in the last 2 weeks as people respond online, by phone, or mailing in questionnaires. One thing that didn't change in the Bureau's timeline, the official April 1st count date. That means count yourself where you lived on that day or for most of the previous year. For example, if a college student moved back in with mom and dad in March due to the virus, they should still count themselves at their college, even if they have to wait until this summer to get counted. In Great Falls, Isaiah Dunk, MTN News.
And speaking of the Census Bureau, it has a few more questions for you. It plans to email out a new questionnaire over the next few months, but instead of wanting to know who you are, it's asking how you are. It's a new effort that it's calling the Household Pulse Survey. The goal is to learn how families are coping with the coronavirus pandemic. Questions will include, are you getting enough to eat? And how many hours a day are you teaching children in your home? This survey will be optional, but the Bureau wants to remind people that the 2020 census is not.